Hey Internet, welcome back to the Iceland travelogue. Today, as I announced yesterday, we drove to Reykjavik. So after a delicious breakfast, we packed our things, we jumped into the car and we started our trip to Reykjavik. The road leading to Reykjavik was a little bit boring because it was a huge road, it was not a gravel road and there were even no potholes. So in this case it was, it was a little bit boring to drive there, and even the landscape was not as impressive as the other landscapes we have experienced over the last 2 weeks. But we made a short stop, it was a longer stop for about 3.5 hours or so at the second highest waterfall of Iceland. And it was so amazing to walk towards this waterfall because we had to move through a cave, we had to cross a river by walking over a tree. We even had to climb up some steep slopes with the help of some ropes which were there around. And so in this case this was so amazing to go hiking there. And the waterfall itself was also pretty impressive because it was in a very narrow gorge and it was a very steep gorge, and the waterfall has even a height of almost 200 meters, so this was just impressive. And then after we have seen this waterfall, we separated because I wanted to climb up to the top of this waterfall and the other one wanted to descend down. In this case I continued my tour and there was even the option to have a round trip around the waterfall, but as I reached the top of it I had to cross a river, and so I tried it and I walked in, but on the one hand it was pretty slippery even with my naked foot, and on the other hand it was also pretty deep, so after the water reached my knees I decided to turn around and to move back. And so I moved back, or I walked back the same way as I climbed up. And this was so amazing. So after I finished my hiking tour, I was so amazed and I would just love to do it once again because it was so amazing to be out there in this wilderness. And unfortunately it was already late in the afternoon, so we had to continue our trip, and then we arrived at the evening here at Reykjavik. And the city is pretty impressive on the one hand because the last 2 weeks we spent almost in the loneliness of the wilderness. Well, of course, we had some contacts to other people at the hotel we stayed, but on the other hand, it is nothing compared to this huge city. The city is pretty colorful, it's pretty modern, and it's even young, and so it's also pretty interesting to walk here around. Unfortunately, it was already pretty dark, so I can't really provide you with enough pictures of this beautiful city. Tomorrow we will do a little bit more of exploration here in Reykjavik, and then we will continue on even to another interesting spot I will talk about tomorrow. In this case, until tomorrow, see you!